Hello, you join us in Student Central for the first Coffee House sessions of 2015-16, and I'm really excited to say that I'm sharing an interview sofa here with Sital Singh. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Now, it's I get to say, so when we do Coffee House sessions, it's great to actually be joined by an artist I've been following for quite a few years.
Oh, really?
Nothing Stays the Same, which we heard earlier ago, and Greatest Lovers, both songs in my collection as well. I sound like a real fanboy at the moment. But so let's get into the questions for you. So your new EP is The Breakneck Speed of Tomorrow. How would you describe it?
That's a tough question. I mean, it's in a way, if it's it's a singer-songwriter kind of relatively downbeat music. But if you've been sort of following my EPs, I've done a few EPs now, and this is my fourth one, and I've done an album, and it was kind of a bit of a return to the sort of prior EPs, a bit more stripped back and kind of raw than some of my other stuff.
You say your latest record was more simply produced. Was there a reason behind that decision? Is that just the way you'd like to go as an artist?
Yeah, it was. It was kind of one of those things where I didn't have the money really to do the big thing, but also sometimes your sort of situation actually leads to kind of like those sort of constraints actually lead to kind of better work in some ways. So although I didn't really have a choice to have like big orchestration and loads of stuff, in the end it sounded better for it, you know, and you can kind of focus on the simpler things and get them right and get the song right and get the emotion across and stuff. And I think with my kind of music, it lends itself better to more stripped kind of raw production.
And you're also releasing the release on vinyl as well, I believe.
Yes.
Why is that important in 2015, do you think?
Mainly just so I can have one.
Okay.
But I think, it's. I think the jury's out for me whether it's really like a worthwhile thing to do. For some artists, it definitely is. Like with a certain fan base, to have the vinyl option is really important. But I think I could have gotten away with not doing a vinyl, but I'm a avid vinyl listener, so it was more for my kind of own peace of mind, really. It's for the grandkids. But yeah, I love it, and I think it's nice to just have a big physical thing, you know, a big physical manifestation of the art rather than just a digital thing, you know.
Now you say that Damien Rice's O album was a big influence on you. What was that album? Why was that a big influence?
It was I mean, it was a long time ago now, but he was like the first singer-songwriter that I'd sort of really been exposed to. I mean, when that album came out, you know, it was big album, was everywhere, and there was just something very raw. And I'd come out of my new metal sort of phase at that point, you know, Slipknot kind of barbed wire necklace kind of phase, and I came straight into that, and it was such a different sound. There's a sort of real. I mean, talk about raw production. That sort of album was very. There's so much space and a lot of humanity in it, and that sort of put me on this path really that I've been doing now for like over 10 years, pretty much doing the same thing. So,
great. And for the Coffee House sessions, you recorded a cover of Taylor Swift's "Wildest Dreams." What attracted you to that as maybe the other end of the spectrum?
I don't know. I mean, I don't like doing covers particularly that much, but sometimes you kind of requested to do one, and they wanted me to do one, and they wanted me to do a sort of chart song, and I think I just did a quick search down the charts, and I listened to that and thought, that's doable. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's the story.
Now, recently you've had lots of success. Radio 1's hottest record of the week, live set on Radio 2. Is it great to have such acclaim on sort of mainstream radio?
Yeah, it is good. I'm thankful for it, but it's a strange world. It's my experience of other stuff in the past. Having it in the past, everyone starts to kind of expect it of you, and it's a fickle thing, and 1 minute they kind of love you and the next minute they don't, and so it starts to, if you're not careful, you start to kind of aim for it and like
Yeah.
you notice you start writing songs and producing them in such a way that you're trying to kind of second guess what the radio people are going to like and play and stuff, and that just leads to bad things. So and I definitely went down that road, and in some ways this new EP is a kind of like complete sort of turn around from that. Okay. And then ironically I got the radio still, so it's sort of, pretty lucky in that sense. But I think you're just grateful for it when you get it, but I think the key is just not to sort of rely on it too much, and just do what you want to do and hope that someone else likes it.
So how did you get involved with the Coffee House Sessions tour, and how's it gone, and any funny stories from your time on the road?
So they approached me, the guys who guys who organise it, and it just came about when I just releasing this EP, so it was really good timing, and I hadn't done many gigs for a while, and so it just felt like a kind of no-brainer really, and it was all organised, and it was opportunity to play to some people who never heard of me before, and it's gone all right. Not too many funny things. I can't really think of anything, but it's been good. It's been it's quite intense. It's like three gigs a day and stuff like that. But it's been a good experience, a good kind of learning curve to go back to playing to not silent crowds. I've got a bit kind of comfortable doing that, so it's kind of nice to kind of have to try and win people over and stuff, which is cool. Brilliant.
And finally, how can people find out more about you online, and what's the plan after the Coffee House finishes on Friday?
So in terms of future, I've got a more traditional kind of tour in November. I'm not exactly sure where or when, but so that's like, I think that'll be mid-November. And then it's just all about album number 2, really, like writing it. I've kind of got a little of the way there, but I need some more time on it, and so hopefully everyone's hoping that I'll finish it by the end of the year, and then hopefully have recorded it and released it at some point early next year.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, and if you want to find out more, it's Luke Sital Sings. Like, there's only one Luke Sital Sing, really. So all the websites, all the Googles, like LukeSitalSing.com, and Twitter is Luke Sital Sing, and so just give it a Google and you'll find me.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you for coming for the set today, and good luck with the last few days of the tour.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. Cheers.